What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Austin Davis. And in this video, I actually want to bring up something that I saw in my pressure washing business owners Facebook group, something that absolutely just sent horror chills down my spine, something that actually happened to me in my first year of my pressure washing business. And I just felt so compelled to bring it up here on my channel because I do believe you guys seeing this video and, understanding my story, what happened to this guy on Facebook, will truly save you guys a ton of heartache, frustrations, and hopefully a lot of money, because this is a huge mistake that you can make in this business. Quite frankly, I don't see enough people talking about it, and there's a lot of this going around the country, and it's very, very important that you know what to do when you come in contact with a situation like this. So in this video, we're going to talk about it. So I'm cruising through Facebook, and I see this post by a guy that should go unnamed on this one. I'm not going to call him out on this one, but it says, "Hello everybody, new to the pressure washing business, and as we go, we learn. Yesterday was my first experience doing a metal roof cleaning on this big church. Ended up cleaning 3,700 square foot metal roof, 3% SH, which means sodium hypochlorite, or otherwise known as bleach. It said, let it sit for a day on the roof that day because a storm was going to pass, and I had it in mind it might be better for Mother Nature to rinse down the solution instead of washing it. We came back in the morning to take a look, and the metal roof had left black marks." He has a little bit of broken English right here. "We threw a second touch up and added some pressure, oh Lord, and then nothings." A little bit of broken English. "Once it dried, the white dust in the metal, blah, 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 blah." So basically, what we see right here, guys, is something that's very unfortunate, and it's probably the worst thing that could possibly happen in the pressure washing roof cleaning business is you absolutely toasting a roof. And there's a right and wrong way to do this, and I'm gonna fix it to bring up my story here in a second. But if we look at these pictures, I mean, oh my goodness. So basically what you have here is a Galvalume roof, okay? Galvalume roof is made of 55% aluminum, 45% zinc, and I believe the other 1% is this other little known element or whatever. But aluminum, you have to be very, very careful with aluminum and zinc. If you torch it with too hot of a solution, you can absolutely burn the coating right off the roof. And then you see right here towards the tip of this roof, we have a lot of burn marks right here. Here's the whiteness on here on the roof, just way too hot of a solution. We go right here. This is the aftermath, man. So, geez, this is nuts right here. And this is where it pays to have education. It pays to do the homework and know what you're doing before you do something. Poor guy right here. I understand that, he must have been eager to get to it. Maybe he thought he knew what he was doing. Maybe his prior experience might have, been able to carry over. Maybe he did a shingle roof, and shingle roofs and metal roofs are a lot different. But this is the kind of stuff that where if you don't have insurance, or, if you're brand new in the business, this can make or break you. This can shut you down, because a replacement on a roof like this, if you don't have insurance, man, it's huge. And this brings me back to my story. When I was first year in the business, I didn't have my rig yet. I was balling on my first home-built platform skid that I built. My first year of business, this was 3 years ago. My first Galvalume roof cleaning. Again, I knew nothing about Galvalume roofs. I had cleaned metal roofs, and metal roofs and Galvalume roofs are a bit different. The metal roofs that I'm referring to that are different are the painted roofs. So it's a good painted metal that can take a good bleach solution. That is very different than a Galvalume roof. It's made of completely different elements. I went to this Galvalume roof cleaning in Westlake, which is a very predominant, very wealthy area in Austin. Thought nothing of it. I saw the black marks on there, and I just thought, okay, cool. I bet a 5% solution will do this. Basically, I went up there and I started coating the roof, and thank God I started on this very, very tip corner that was probably a little 3x3 section on the top awkward peak, where it's way up there. You can't even see it from the road. I go up there and I'm spraying, and I sprayed just a hair of it. I probably sprayed a 1 or 2 foot batch of it, and it literally turned this color where it was just absolutely it was instant. It was almost turning like an orange green color. The reaction, I'd never heard of the reaction before. And then once I rinsed it, you had this black right here where you basically stripped the coating right off the metal roof. It scared me half to death. And then I get back all the way down off my truck. I'm telling Tristan, my helper, I'm like, dude, I'm not sure what's going on, but the reaction to this roof cleaning solution is not good. We cannot continue this project. And so I'm up there and I'm thinking, well, maybe what it is that what I need to do is pre-wet it. And if I pre-wet it, that'll actually, and that's the other thing I didn't do. I didn't pre-wet the roof. If you're cleaning a metal roof, the roof is so hot when in the middle of the summer, the roof's got to be close to 180 degrees. Okay, then you're putting a super hot mix on an insanely hot roof. It's just gonna burn the coating right off it. So basically what I did is I adjusted my protocol, and I was like, okay, here's what, Tristan, I want you to do. I want you to go and rinse off this whole roof, Tristan. And then I was batch mixing my setup. So what I did is I just remixed my batch, and I went with a 2% solution instead of a 6% solution. So I mixed up a solution that was about 3 times more diluted than the solution I was mixing, and that actually solved the whole thing. So I was actually able to get the mold and mildew off and whatnot, and actually did a pretty good job, but the customer still came out. She wasn't really happy with it because the expectations weren't really set. She didn't know that a galvanized roof is still gonna have that patina look to it. It's still gonna have that aged look, and I didn't really set the expectations that I was just coming out there to do the mold and mildew. And she saw that burn mark, and I told her, I was like, look, you know, there's a thing about galvanized roofs, and I made up a whole little thing with her, and she was, thank God, she was actually kind of chill. She was actually not too upset about that. She was more upset that the roof didn't look like it was brand new. But at the end of the day, I told her, like, look, on a galvanized roof, it's supposed to have a little old patina color to it. But, you know, even going back to this guy right here, and that job just sent like shivers. You know, I didn't get paid from that job. That was supposed to be like a $1,500 roof cleaning. You know, I learned a big lesson on that. There was a comment on this post that I read, and I kind of wanted to share it with you guys because honestly, it holds a lot of weight. Here's the comment that I saw. Tough situation and probably a costly lesson for you, but kudos for your accountability and education for others here that now know what not to do, even if they don't admit it. Yes, you goofed up by not getting the SH off immediately, but I, for one, do feel sorry for you, as this may be an expensive lesson. So that's exactly what this is. This is going to be a huge lesson for this guy, because here's the deal. This is what happens in business, okay? This is what I tell everyone on my coaching calls. I do coaching calls from 5 to 9 almost every single day, and you're gonna have your one goof up, okay? I have burned a metal roof. I have replaced plants. I have repainted garage doors. I've repainted a whole side of the house. Okay, if you don't get your chemical mixtures right when you're cleaning, you can do some significant damage. That's the harsh truth, and I just want to prepare anyone who's getting into the pressure washing business that the most valuable thing that you can do, the best thing that you can do in your first year or even before you get started, is to learn as much as possible. Because what that will do, it'll do a few things for you. It's gonna save you a lot of time, okay? You're gonna save time because when you're in the field, you're actually gonna know what you're doing. If you guys refer to my first video, not my first video, but my last video when I talked about my story, my first pressure washing job ever, I was having to go back to the truck and get on YouTube on the job site and try and figure out what I was doing, okay? Educating yourself is gonna save you time, and if it's gonna save you time, it's gonna save you money, because time is money, so you're gonna be going in and going out quicker. It's also gonna save you money because you're not gonna be effing up all the time. You're not gonna be having to deal with roof claims like this guy. Hope to God he's got some kind of insurance. Plants, paint, you bleach paint right off the house, that's going to cause you a lot of headache, stress, and just money as well. And also your reputation, bad reviews. If you don't handle things right, if you don't, you know, be honest with the customer and actually tell them what you did instead of leaving the job, hopefully they don't find out. If you can just make the time investment up front when you're getting started in really any business, God, I mean, when you can destroy property like that, it's a tough position to be in. So honestly, for this guy, the best thing that he can do is, let's just do on both scenarios. Let's say he does have insurance. Honestly, the first thing you do if you have a mistake like this is you 100% tell the client. Obviously, you're going to tell the client. There's no situation where you would not tell the client. They're going to find out anyway. If you have insurance, just say, hey, look, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, honest mistake on my end. It was just a chemical mess up, and I take full responsibility, and I'm 100% accountable for my actions. Thankfully, this is something that my insurance will cover. So let me get back home. We'll get an insurance claim filed, and we'll see about repairing or replacing this roof. That is a ideal situation number one. The client shouldn't be too terribly upset. They're gonna get the roof fixed or otherwise replaced if that's the case, depending. This guy really didn't do too much. I'm assuming he started to do damage and then he stopped. So whether they can recoat that area or hell, replace the roof, whatever. So that's situation number one. Situation number two is he does not have insurance. Okay, I did not pick up insurance till I was 1 year in the business, something that I should not have done, but I rolled the dice, and thankfully I didn't really have any big mess ups other than just repainting some fences and some garage doors, which only cost me a couple $100. But yeah, so situation number two is he does not have insurance. And like I said, I don't know, I've never talked to this guy, but if he doesn't have insurance, the best thing that he can do is, well, here's where you get really, really vulnerable and honest with people. If I didn't have insurance and I maybe was low on funds, obviously, I mean, I'm not sure what a repair or replacement on a roof like this will cost. Let's just say it's like 15 grand. I don't know. Let's just say the worst case situation, that roof needs to get replaced and you don't have insurance, man, and you don't have the money, man, that's a very difficult place to be after, because you have to be 100% vulnerable and honest and open with the customer. Otherwise, they will give reasons to go after you legally. So I'm sure it really depends who you're dealing with, man. But if you were to go up there and say, look, I fucked up. This is what happened. I take full responsibility for my actions. Me being 1 year in the business, I wasn't able to afford insurance. I still don't have insurance. And honestly, I bit off a little bit too much that I can chew at this point. I will make it my life's mission over the next year to do what I have to do to build my business so I can begin to repay you or get to a point where I can fix this and work out some kind of deal with the homeowner. At the end of the day, if you don't have insurance and you don't have money, the homeowner's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place there because they're not going to get you to fix it. They can come after you legally, but if you don't have any money to go after, they're not going to accomplish anything either, and they're just going to waste money on attorneys and court fees. So that wouldn't be a good position. Like if I was the homeowner and someone did that to my roof and they didn't have insurance, I have to understand that I'm not going to go after someone who doesn't have any money. It'd be different to go after someone who does have money that did mess up, that doesn't want to own up to it, versus someone that doesn't have insurance that is owning up to it, okay, that is just trying to be real with their situation to me. The best case scenario is that this guy kind of levels with this person and just understands that, hey, he rolled the dice, he chose a contractor that was probably newer in the business. It is a little bit on the homeowner too. He chose a person that maybe wasn't as reputable as the top guy. I'm not sure what the scenario is, but the pitfall kind of falls on both. Maybe the homeowner didn't really do that much homework. Maybe the homeowner didn't request an insurance doc at the very beginning of the job. That's something that a couple of my homeowners have done. They wanted my insurance, which is understandable. You know, you're on a big property, you're doing a big luxury service. They might want to see some insurance documents. So honestly, yeah, the worst case scenario is he doesn't have insurance and he just levels with the customer, works out some kind of handshake agreement, repayment deal where that guy's life's mission is to fix that roof in the most short amount of time as possible. And then at the end of the day, you carry on. I wish him Godspeed on figuring the situation out. I probably will shoot him a DM. Maybe I'll get him to come on the channel on my next video and see if he can explain the situation to us a little bit further. But I know a lot of people have experienced this where they absolutely torch a galvanized roof, and it is not a pretty situation to be in, especially if you're new in the business, you don't have insurance, you just don't know, and it's a paralyzing position to be in. And that's why education pays. That's why doing your homework and being confident when you get to the job really pays off, because there's nothing better when you show up to a job and you're 100% confident in what you're doing and you know exactly what the results are going to be when you finish, and that's perfect. Obviously, I talk about this a lot. Galvanized Galvalume roof, you should really be pre-wetting it, shooting it with a 2% solution, then high flow rinsing it, okay, getting all that stuff off. That's how you clean that stuff. But I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you will learn if you just do a little bit of homework. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not following me on Instagram, you can do that, Austin_Davis23. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do so. We're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's a tough task, but I got a lot of really awesome content coming for you guys. And hopefully, you know, the goal of the channel is to not only talk about just, you know, small business, but, you know, hopefully just to inspire you guys. Because there's a lot of people out there that are just kind of not doing stuff that they want to do and working for things that they don't want to work for. And what I'm trying to do is kind of help inspire people to go out there and start their own small business, go out there and make some money for themselves. Nothing better than going out there and getting your own bread and just living and enjoying life, having the freedom to do what you want. That's kind of what my channel is about, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace out.